Let us understand the difference between atoms and molecules today. If I give you one gold piece to you and I ask you to break it till you can, what you will get? You will get the smallest piece which will look like gold. It will show the property of gold, and that smallest piece is atom of gold. So same way, if I give you the silver and I ask you to do the same with that also, तो आपको क्या मिलेगा? That is smallest piece of silver, and that particle of silver which is the smallest one, this is called atom of silver, and this will show the property of silver. Okay, now because these particles are showing the property of that particular element, these are called atoms, and these are the smallest particles showing the property of that particular element. अब बात आती है why these are showing the different properties, because they have different number of electron, proton and neutron in them. So every element is different in respect of electron, proton and neutron in them. ठीक? अब there is one rule in the world of these atoms that if you want to exist, you have to be with 8 electrons in your outermost shell. Okay, so if you have, you can exist. If you don't have, you cannot. That is why atoms has to do something for their survival. Let us take one example of that. For an example, if I take chlorine, atomic number of chlorine is 17 and the configuration is 2, 8 and 7. Now you can see that there is 7 electron in the outermost shell. Now chlorine cannot exist alone because the octet rule work for them, and that says that there should be 8 electron in your outermost shell. Same way, if there is something like sodium, there is 2, 8 and 1 configuration for the sodium, and there is 1 electron in the outermost shell of sodium. तो इसके लिए भी octet rule complete नहीं हो रहा है, it's not fulfilling the octet rule. Now what can you do? These are now going to combine with each other to make itself stable, yeah, to get stabilized, and these atoms का combinations are called molecule. The atoms which have 8 electrons in the outermost shell, just like neon. Neon का atomic number 10. Configuration क्या हुआ? 2 and 8. It means it is 8 electron in the outermost shell. So neon can exist in the atomic form because it is allowed to exist. It is following the octet rule. But rest of the atom like chlorine, like sodium, they do not exist. They cannot exist because they don't have 8 electron in the outermost shell. This is why many of the kind of atoms which are not satisfying octet rule, they have to combine with each other to satisfy each other, and this is the reason they combine with each other to form the group of the atoms, and these group of the atoms can exist freely, and this is called molecule. So sometimes the molecules may be the combination of atom with atom. For an example, hydrogen can make hydrogen H2, chlorine can make chlorine Cl2, nitrogen can make N2, but they can combine to make the molecule with the different atoms also. So different atom के साथ, जैसे nitrogen is making ammonia, chlorine is making HCl, hydrogen can also make HCl. So the molecules are the smallest species which independently can exist. स्मॉलेस्ट स्पीशीज जो अकेली रह सकती हैं, जिन पर कोई ऑक्टेट रूल काम नहीं कर रहा, बिकॉज दे हैव कंबाइंड टू सेटिस्फाई द ऑक्टेट रूल. And on the other hand side, atoms are the smallest species which shows the property of that element, and these are participating in the chemical reaction. It means that कि अगर मुझे इस हाइड्रोजन को HCl में कन्वर्ट करना है, तो हाइड्रोजन पहले टूटेगी into small pieces of atom. That hydrogen is H2. H2 will break down into H and H first, and then this one H will combine with another Cl to make the another kind of molecule. The molecule can be of the similar atoms. Molecule can be made up of different atoms. Molecules can be diatomic, triatomic, tetraatomic, but atoms are always the single particle, smallest particle which shows the property of that element.